Hi guys. I've got so much junk sitting here. I was more so trying to get everything sorted and did not clean off my desk because I fell down a rabbit hole in the garage trying to find some scrapbooking. I hope that you are all well, and I hope that you have found the video, because it's not Friday night, it is Saturday, and that is not my normal time to go live, because yesterday just did not go to plan. So I took the night off because yesterday was just a bit crazy. I think sometimes we have those days, and that was yesterday. I think I called it at about midday that it just was not going to happen. So I decided that I was going to have a night pretty much laying in bed is pretty much what I did, which was nice. But I had a bone scan, which I've had one before, but it was back many years ago. But they're more painful than anything, because they take a long time. And hi Christine. Yeah, I had to go in there and get injected with that, like have part 1 and get injected with that needle thing that they do, and you have part 1 of the bone scan, and then you go back and do part 2, and it's just so I have degenerative spinal disease and spondylosis. So I was not feeling fantastic with all of the pain going on. I think I just worked that out. I quickly Googled before I went live on how to turn on the live captions, because it was frustrating me that people could not watch with live captions. So you'll have to let me know if the button I just clicked allows the if it allows you to add live captions, because I know that Anne that watches likes me to add live captions, and I am really bad at knowing how to do it. So I just wanted to make sure that I had added the live captions on. Hey Renee. So yeah, I'm hoping that the slight disruption, and I have come on Saturday. Well, it's Saturday for me. I'm not sure if it's Saturday for you, because I know in the South Pacific we like to be ahead of time. But yeah, I had one of those days, and my son, so I got back from Victoria or Melbourne on stage on Sunday night, and he hasn't been at school all week. He's had a really bad time. So we had a big we had a nice day together, but yeah, I've had to deal with some parenting stuff. So yeah, a meeting with a teacher. So yeah, yesterday was just not going to happen. But I had fun putting together the and having a play. And I've got the door open tonight because Adam is at work. So usually I say I've got the door shut because the boys are being noisy gaming. Well, Adam's actually, because it's Saturday, not Friday, he's actually on night shift. So I've got the door open, which means the dogs are going to be walking in now because they're used to being shut out. So Thor is sitting here. Hello. Because he's wondering who I'm talking to. So yeah. Anyway, I had fun making this little box because you'll be able to see in my video link that I have added a link that says retiring last chance list. And if you're on my newsletter list, I did send out an email this morning, I believe, because with the new catalogue, which I think I did a video earlier this week. So with the new catalogue coming out, which is not until the 1st of May that this goes live, Because this is all exciting and this is all coming out, it does mean that we are saying goodbye to both the mini catalogue and the current annual catalogue. So it means that my catalogues are well loved. It means that this one is going. So that one ends on the 30th of April, as well as the annual catalogue. So that is this one here. So they both end on the 30th of April. They've announced everything that will be retiring from those catalogues. So I have a list of that you can click on that link in the video, which will get you to the list that looks a bit like this. And the cool thing about having the list, and I wrote my top 7 tips for, hello Glenda, for the list, is that you can plan ahead, because this doesn't go live until the 7th of April, I believe. So you can have a look at it now, make a list, know what you want. But some of these products sell out like crazy. Hey Rochelle, so it's really good to have this list now and know what you want, because some things, particularly the retiring in colours, will sell out really quickly. Hey Cheryl, the doggies are in the room tonight, Cheryl, because Adam's at work, so they get to be in the room. They're not sure who I'm talking to either. They're looking at me weird. Yeah, so I've compiled the document which has both catalogues on it. And if you check out the table, it will have a some of them will have a discount, and these are discounted by up to 60% off. And to be honest, this one shocked me because there's actually quite a lot of discounts. Some of them you really want to check out and make a list. So I did post my 7 top tips for shopping a sale like this, and there is a really cool feature of the new online store where you can actually make a list and have it there ready. Doesn't mean you have to buy it on the day or when this sale goes live. It's just like having a shopping list or a wish list, but it's a really cool feature of the online store. And I actually have a how to shop document, which is on my website, so you can get to it via that link. But I popped it in my newsletter today. So yeah, you can check out all the different things on sale, and it does have a reference here with stars. Some of them will be carried over to the new catalogue, but the reason they are in here is because they will no longer be a bundle in the new catalogue. So it's better to buy them now because you'll get the 10% off for buying them in a bundle. Hey Anita, and some of them are carrying over. Say the stamp set's carrying over, but not the dies. So it's really cool to check out this list, so to know that, hey, hold on, I want that, but I can only buy that as a bundle now and get the 10% off. But if you bought it in the catalogue, then you'll be paying 10% more. So an example of that one I know is the Trusty Tools. That bundle there is carrying over, but it won't be available at a 10% discount as of the 1st of May. So while it's not retiring, it is going to not be a discounted price. So anyway, I thought about things I had in my stash that I haven't used yet that will be going, and that is the Memories and More card pack that I had from the mini catalogue, and that was the Sweet Thoughts pack. I fell in love with this one when I saw it. There's something about the colours and the designs. If you're not familiar with Memories and More, we have sort of like it's our version of pocket scrapbooking. When I first joined Stamping Up, they were still tied in with Becky Higgins, I think. Is it Becky Higgins? And they were still doing Project Life. But now, to be honest, I haven't heard the word Project Life in quite some time, so I don't know if it's still a thing. But this is the range that's available in the annual catalogue. So don't mind all the pink stars. I've gone through my catalogue and anything with a pink star is retiring. But this is the really cute one that they have in the annual catalogue, and I don't have that one. But the really cool thing about Memories and More is you can actually do some memory keeping with it, but you can also do card making. And in this section, so on page 135 of the annual catalogue, they do actually have memories and more cards and envelopes, and they are sized to fit those cards perfectly. And then you'll wonder why I'm doing the project I'm doing tonight, because you'll think, what on earth? Yes, it's pretty cool. I really like it. Not everyone does, but I do. Speaking of memory keeping, I wanted to really quickly show you something, because I was talking to Leanne, and I think I mentioned on here that I would pull it out. So the reason I was in the garage is I went to find this scrapbook, and now I did not realise we had a black and white spotty 12 by 12 scrapbook. I didn't realise this was Stampin' Up, but it is. And my camera is really zoomed in, so I might have to try and zoom out. Wow, that's as far as it goes. So I found this in the garage. So this was one of our, we don't have 12 by 12 scrapbooks anymore, but hey, look, I reckon they'll do it again, because Close to My Heart makers are coming on board, and they're going to want 12 by 12 scrapbooks. But I found this pile, and I did say I'd take up scrapbooking again, but this is the pile I found of scrapbook layouts I had done with Stampin' Up stuff, and I thought it was really cool. This was like a blast from the past. So this is not recent, but you might get a laugh out of some of the products, because I don't even remember the names of these. But I did actually, this is proof that I have scrapbooked with Stampin' Up stuff. I do remember this leaf stamp, and look at those tiny little bows. I don't remember those, but there's like foil. I love layering. I love doing it on my cards, and I love doing it in scrapbooking. So this one got a bit damaged, so definitely put them in albums. Oh my goodness, this was my little beagle. This was Bella. And look, I've even, can you tell I love hand stitching? I even added it to a scrapbook page. I'm not even sure. I think I used to have a sewing machine that did thicker. It was actually for paper crafters. I've got rid of it because it was a real pain in the bum to use. But I do remember the name of this suite. It was called Everything is Rosy. So I do remember that, and I do remember this actually because I painted pearls with the little paints that came with it. And I think it was like these, but they came in rose gold, and I don't even think that these are current, but I just knew that I had those. Oh, look at him. He's so little, and this page is very worse for wear. But hey, it looks like it's meant to be like that. So does this not... You still have yours, Anita. There you go. This kind of looks like that new one coming, like loveliest tree. But this was actually called Rooted in Nature. And when I was on the artisan team, I had to do like a display board with Rooted in Nature. I don't think I'm not sure if I took this page or not. It might have been. It might be why this page looks like this, because I had to bring it back in my suitcase after on stage. So I think I did so much work to put together these trees. But the funny story is I got given Rooted in Nature and to do this display, and then I didn't know it had dies. And at on stage, they obviously got the catalogue and all this stuff, and I saw it had dies. I was like, you're kidding me. I just hand cut all those. Like, I went and fussy cut all these trees, and I used to go a bit nuts. Like, I used to fussy cut everything. Who remembers this colour? I think this is Tranquil Tide. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. And I used to love this ribbon. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Sharon. And this one, oh, I love my baby sis. I can't remember what this paper was called, but an autumn or fall, depending on where you are, is actually my favourite season. Oh, it was Tranquil Tide. I love Tranquil Tide. It kind of reminded me of sort of a mix of Pretty Peacock and Shaded Spruce, like mixed together. So yeah, I love my baby sister. She's beautiful. And I took this picture of her when we were down in the autumn leaves once, and I just loved her hair on the leaves. And I think this might have been for an artisan assignment, is that what you call them? Oh, there's Sharon. They're very old though. None of it's current. But yeah, I had a load of fun. I think I might have watercolored all of this. And does anyone remember the bulldog clips? And I stitched the buttons. I had so much fun. I was going through just, I've been having a blast reminiscing about scrapbooking lately. Oh, look, there's my baby sister again. So I have a typewriter. I lent it to a friend at the moment, but I have an actual typewriter because I don't like my handwriting, but it's like a vintage typewriter. But does anyone ever remember these fuzzies? The fuzzies, I think, I'm not even sure they're sweet. That's also rooted in nature, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, look, it's like a ripped corner on a card, except I've done it on a scrapbook page, and I must have used a sewing machine. I should pinch my mum's sewing machine. Oh, look at the tiny little key. See, scrapbooking is fun because you can just hey Leanne, I got the scrapbook pages out of my shed, and I got stuck in a time warp. Narelle, check out I found one of my old artisan assignments. I scrapbooked. And look, it's my old beagle bum. It's Bella. Oh, wow. That, I think, wasn't the old Magnolia. I'm pretty sure that was the old Magnolia bundle. I think. I'm pretty sure. Obviously, I was going through a very big stitching phase. I'm not sure. But, yeah. I think we definitely need some more 12 by 12 cardstock. Thank you very much. Oh, look, it's my mummy and my dad. These little birds remind me. Can you tell I love fussy cutting? Look, they're like the Flight and Airy. They're not, but they are. Mind you, we do soft and pretty so well at Stamping Up. I do keep them in an album, but they were just sitting there. I've moved so many times, but they were, I must have been moving them somewhere. I'm not sure. I have no idea what I was doing with these. But yeah, that's fun. Oh, there's my ex-husband. It's a bit, I have, my ex-husband and I are fine, we're friends. But yeah, it was funny. I said, oh, probably, the journaling, maybe not. But it was funny. I was like, oh, what do you do with these kind of ones? And I said to Leanne, do I whack a photo of the dog on top? No, I'm just joking. I do actually love the page though. I do love the page. I love the knots. And I can't remember what this one, yeah, I would love to go back through and find the things I use. They're probably all on my blog, actually, on my website. So, yeah, that was I know that I have some more somewhere because I did do some pocket. Hello, Kelly. Kelly is a talented scrapbooking friend. That's where I met Kelly. I was just showing some old scrapbooking pages. So, that was all prompted by my little memories and more speech. I actually, speaking of scrapbooking, I asked ages ago where to print photos, and I don't know if I don't think it's just a Tasmanian thing, but that is Stallard's Camera House. I don't think that's just Tasmania, but I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced. By the way, people think that my sisters and I look the same. I want your opinion. I do not have red hair anymore. So, yeah, I don't see it, but other people say that we look the same. But I think it's funny. Oh, look at the babies. I know, Kelly, that's the plan. That's why I had the scrapbook pages out. And that's why I printed these. Yeah, I wasn't entirely look. I wasn't entirely convinced. I look more like my younger sister when sometimes. Yeah, I wasn't entirely convinced on the colour of some of the photos. They were a bit off in colour in some of them. So, but then again, I'm a real fusspot when it comes to photos. Check out my bestie. I've got plans to make a Taylor Swift inspired album because she is like next level. Look at Loki. She is next level Taylor Swift lover. So there's my baby. But yes, anyway, you'll have to, if you find somewhere amazing to print your photos, let me know. Okay, so onto the project. So I wanted to use, that's my host code for the month. It's in the video description anyway, if you need it. I'm going to remove all this stuff. I'm getting a pile. So I wanted to use these, but I wasn't sure what to do. I'm going to do a scrapbook page with them, but I didn't have time today, but I thought I'd do something a bit 3D. So I've got the hiccups. They're sitting there. I decided I would make a box, like a note card box that you could store some note cards in or give as a gift. So I had this in my little file of projects. I have like a little folder of 3D projects or folds that I've saved or have done over the years, and this one was in there. So it's a little box. It's really cute. And you can just open it, and inside you can fit some note cards. Now, you could probably fit, if you were doing flat cards, you could probably fit like 10, but my cards are not flat. So I've got 4, but I could probably honestly fit 5. I just haven't shelved them in there. So I could probably go for 5 of not flat cards. And I've got dimensionals and big rhinestones on them. So I could probably fit 5 in there, but you can definitely fit 10 note cards. Oh my goodness. I had no idea what that was. Yeah, you could probably fit 10 note cards and envelopes if they were flat. So I have done 4, and then I have got matching little envelopes that I have used some of the paper for the flap there on it as well. So it was a cute little gift idea, I think, and you could do it with all kinds of things. And I thought it was a bit fun because it actually doesn't use any stamping. So, oh wow, really, Sharon? That's a long time ago. So Sharon was saying, oh, whoopsie, I'm just zooming back in again. Sharon was saying she first learnt of me back in the Scrapbooking Memories forum and Scrapbooking Memories magazine. So I used to be, and I reckon, hello baby, I reckon I would still have some of them. I used to be a scrapbooking creations diva. I think they used to call it that. This is going back a long time ago. Which is kind of like being on the artisan design team, but for a scrapbooking magazine, if that makes sense. And it was only here in Australia. And then back, I don't even know if they still have scrapbooking magazines, but you used to be able to submit your layouts and you'd send them physically to the like Scrapbooking Memories or whatever, and they would pay you per page and they'd photograph it and put it in the magazine. So I used to get a lot of pages published in magazines. Yeah, it was really fun. Hey, Cindy. Okay, so I kept the cards relatively simple. There was absolutely no stamping at all. I didn't get any ink out or anything like that. So I'm going to show you how to make it, including the little box. So I've popped all of my pieces here. By the way, this is all in Imperial because the actual note cards are the ones from Stampin' Up. They come in a package like this, and of course there's no label on this. I'm pretty sure I have another package here. They come like this, and they have 20 in a packet. So you get the envelopes and the note cards. And hello, Renee, your first time, welcome. Yeah, so they come pre-scored, so you can just fold them in half and you're ready to go. So really, really cool. They're cost effective, but they are smaller. So they come in, when they're folded, they're 3.5 by 5 inches. So they're 7 inches by 5 inches, the piece of card. So if you don't have these though, you could make them yourself by using cardstock. You just wouldn't have those smaller envelopes. So yes, I'm going to make the box first though, because I've got all the pieces for the note cards out there ready. So for the box, I'm using 2 pieces of Pretty Peacock A4 cardstock. However, if you've got your 8.5 by 11, that's fine, because we're not using the full piece. And I would have cut this ahead of time, but I thought it would be easier if I did it with you. And of course, I just dropped my scoring blade. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully. Now, by the way, I have the box template, which if it's your first time joining, like Renee, I always put the PDF for what I'm making on these lives up, usually a day later, and that goes on my website, and I'll post it here as well. But there is a link in the video description for my PDF library where you can find all my previous PDFs, which are all free. But these templates will be on there as well, which has the base and the lid that you'll need as well. So if you are more of a visual person like me and the templates help you, that's a great one to have in front of you as well. But I'll read out the measurements as I go. But I thought it was easier if I cut them along with you. But I am just going to zoom out a little bit because I realise that you're not seeing the full trimmer. Okay, so I'm going to need my trimmer arm out. By the way, this is the best trimmer ever. If you haven't got a Stampin' Up trimmer, you definitely need one because they are really cool. I've had plenty of trimmers over my time and this one's amazing. Okay, so we need to trim this piece of cardstock to 7 3/4. And I was making this card in daylight, and now I've lost that daylight. It's a bit dark, so, and I'm not very, my vision's not good these days. Right, so, and then on the long edge, I'm going to cut that at 9 1/4. So you should just be left with a couple pieces, which you can set aside and use for another project if you want. So that leaves us with a piece like this. Now, I'm just going to pop my scoring blade in and we can score and we'll do the base first. So for the base, we need to, I'm just going to have to keep standing up to make sure I've got it fully in view. So for the base, we're going to score at 1 inch. I find it easier to do it on the right hand side. So I'm just going to score it at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Renee, are you a demonstrator? If you're in Melbourne, did you go to On Stage? Okay, so now we've done 1 inch. I'm going to go back in, and because I couldn't get to 2 inches on the other side, I just decided to do it this way. So now I'm going to go and score at 2 inches on all sides. And one more. So it should look like this. You might not be able to. That's all right, Sue. Did you go to on stage really, Narelle? I didn't hear you at all. Oh, that's awesome, Renee. I hope you had a good time. So that's how you cut and score that one. Now, I'll show you how to cut it in a second. Let's get the lid cut. The lid is slightly trickier because it's got a little bit of a weird measurement, which is why I left cutting them to do it live, because it's slightly queer. Now this one was a bit of a pain because it's 6 3/8 was the measurement, which 6 3/8 on this trimmer is like somewhere in the grey. I worked out, if you want to measure it, you could add a mark on the top of your trimmer for where 6 3/8 is. Otherwise, that's where these mechanical pencils are fantastic. You can actually pop that down the bottom and make a mark where 6 3/8 is. So I know where that is now to line it up, but you want just a little bit less. Now, it's easier than getting an exact measurement. When I say just a little bit less, I mean, so 6 3/8 would be pretty much just after that grey mark on the trimmer. So I went pretty much at the grey mark and found that that was fine. So yeah, because it was just after, so that was fine. So that gives me my 6 3/8. So you can see the pencil mark, and I've cut that fine. So now the other one here, if it really bothers you, you can actually measure 6 3/8 and make a little mark with like a white Sharpie. Vicky, I am making a little box which holds some note cards and envelopes that are made with the memories and more cards. Now this way, on the long end, we're going to cut it to 7 7/8. And then these are the bits left over that we'll put to the side. Now I'm just going to pop that back in, and we're going to score at 5/8. Now this is me getting used to 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 1/8 after the ½ inch mark. Imperial is, I can do imperial, but I have to remind myself all the time. Now, so we want to score at, I don't know that we need that anymore, so I'm just going to, I'll probably need it now I've said that. So it's 5/8 and then 1 1/4. And because I can do them all on this right hand side, I'm going to do them all at once. So 5/8 and 1 1/4. So you should have 2 score lines like that. So 5/8 and 1 1/4. Gosh, my vision is bad at this time of night in here. I definitely need those. Oh, thanks, Sharon. I definitely need those new lights in here because it's just a bit dark in this room at night time. When I did that live video the other day with the on stage stuff, it was daytime, and it was so much easier. Okay, so this is the last one, and then we'll cut and assemble our box, which is, it's relatively easy. It's just getting these couple of measurements done. Okay, so I'm going to bring in, so this is the bigger one, which is our base, and then I need some scissors. So it's easy if you're doing this kind of thing for the first time, it's easy to have the template. Yeah, I know, Sue. It was actually easier with note cards because the note cards that Stampin' Up have are 3.5 by 5. I just stuck to using it all as imperial. So we're going to keep only the one square, which is going to be here on all of them. But to do this, we're going to cut up and cut up again. So we're going to cut up the score line up there, and then we don't want these 2 squares here, so we're going to cut those right off. I ate all those yummy Lindt chocolates, Sue. They're gone. And then we're going to cut off this bottom square. So you should have just 1 square attached, but cut on this end here. So we want to cut that. So, and then while I'm going, I'm just going to miter. So what that means is just to cut a little bit there, so you have a nice angled edge. So it should look like that. Your desk usually ends up looking totally messy, but that's the fun of crafting. So then we're going to do the same to this side. We're going to cut up both score lines like that, and then we're going to cut the two squares off, and then the bottom, and then we'll miter those edges again. Then we're going to flip it and do the same to this side here. Honestly, with all those swaps that had chocolate in them, I've eaten so much chocolate this week. Well, actually, I ate all the Lin, but Elijah stole all the Mentos. Okay, then I'm going to just cut these, and then I'm going to the movies with Elijah tomorrow. We're going to go see Kung Fu Panda 4. Has anyone seen it? Cut off these two. That one. So you should look like that. And then for these outside bits here, the outside tabs, we're just going to miter the edges of those. So I'm just taking a little bit off the edges. It just helps it all to fold in nicely. Like that. So it should look something like the template. So you want to make sure it matches the template. So I'm just going to move all of the scraps. Now we're going to do the lid. And for the lid, it's basically the same. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut up the score lines and cut off the two squares, bottom square, and miter those edges. So it's quite a simple pattern. Now the reason why those measurements are a bit funny for the lid, I think the original box, by the way, I forgot to mention this, is actually from, it's her name Julie, from, is it Paper Pixie, I think. She did one, and I think it was Christmassy, and I really loved it, and I think that's where the original box comes from. Now, if I remember correctly, the reason the lid measurement was a little bit like funny was because otherwise, if you cut it to 7 7/8 by 6 3/8, it will just be a little bit loose and wobble around a bit. So you could use those measurements and then use a ribbon, but it's good to just tuck it in just a little bit and make it just a tiny bit smaller. Oopsie. Okay. Now I'll just cut these edges. Thought it would be fun to do something a little bit different, do a 3D item for once. I don't often do them. They're not, I've done a lot of fun folds and I've done a lot of cards, but I haven't done 3D things. Okay, so that is our box and our base and our lid. So now I'm going to fold them. So I'm just going to use my bone folder and reinforce those folds, which is always important when you're doing things like boxes or like 3D projects and fun folds. So I've reinforced that one. I'm just going to do the same. You love making boxes, Christine? I don't do a lot of it. I'm not, I certainly, some people can work out all the measurements and make a box to fit anything. And I think it's that I don't have the patience. Yeah, I agree, Sharon. I can sit there, it's funny because I say that I'm not patient, and then I'll sit there and make really intricate little things on other things, but you have patience for different things. Oh, hello from Germany, Regina. How exciting. Okay, so then I've got my box and my lid. Now I'm going to grab my glue. Now I've just got to remind myself. It's funny how it doesn't matter how many times I do something. I love to remind myself. Okay, yes. I'm going to pop now I love to use tear and tape when I'm making things like this. So I'm just going to add my tear and tape. But, goodness me, I'm adding it to the inside of what will be my box. So it's going to fold in like this. So I want to make sure I'm adding it to the inside of that outer flap. I think originally this design was paper pixie. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I suck at tear and tape. Mind you, I've almost used a whole roll recently, so I must be using it a lot. Poodles is awesome, isn't she? I love Sam. And she's got such a cool accent. I love listening to people's accents. Yeah. Narelle. Narelle, you don't like designer series paper. You don't buy it. It's you, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to flatten down all that tear and tape. And then what I'm going to do is add, and I really need to refill this, but I'm going to add liquid glue, so my Tombow. And the reason I'm adding Tombow to the flaps is because you get a little bit of wiggle room. So if I stick it to the wrong spot, oh really? See, I had in my head that you didn't like designer series paper. So I'm just holding it there for a second just to get it to adhere, and then I'll move to the next one. I don't know, Narelle, I think you should get that complimentary. I heard they're pretty stingy these days. Okay. Laura is snoring down at my feet. They're real boys, these ones. They snore so loud. I feel like I warrant getting a girl dog because there's so much testosterone going on in this house. Now I've left this last one, but so I'm just having to do some nifty movements here. I probably should have taken the tear and tape off first, but that's okay. So I've got all those stuck down. Now I'm going to use this really nifty end, the take your pick tool, and I realise that you're probably having trouble seeing what I'm doing, but all I'm doing is taking that tear and tape backing off, and I love this tool for that because I find it hard to get off otherwise. Are we April? We must be April next week. Surely not. No, must be the week after. I feel like March has gone forever though, because we're having, when I do like my events for my Friday night lives, I had 5, not 4. Okay, so I've got all the tape off. Now I'm going to start with my long sides first, and I'm just going to tuck them over. And then I'll do the short sides. Once I've got them all tucked over, I'm going to use my bone folder just to really press that down and make sure I've got it nicely adhered and all square in the corners. Okay, so that is my base. Now we can do the lid. So pretty simple once you've got it all together. And then because there's no stamping, it's really just sticking. So I only need one strip for this one because it's not so, tabs aren't so thick. That's real good. That's actually really, that's why it's called tear and tape. There's always more. I'm going to make sure that gooey's off there now. Okay. Okay, so I did it the opposite this time. I actually I took the tear and tape off first. And then I'm going to add, yeah, look, I do that stuff all the time. I super glued my fingers together the other day. Sticky everywhere. Yeah. Look, Narelle, you should be doing live videos. You'd be a TikTok superstar. I'd watch. Okay. That fluffy end's annoying me. No, you would never do that. What are you talking about? Okay. Stuck all those down. Now I'm going to do the same thing as the other one. I'm going to stick the long ends. And then I'm going to poke my bone folder in there and just make sure that's all square. And that is the cute box. Make sure it fits. Wouldn't that be horrendous if it didn't fit? And that's the box. Sorry, it's actually a lot easier than what it looks. And I'll pop that template up on the PDF so you've got that to work from. Look at all this. Okay, so then to make it pretty, I just added some, oh God, I've got to take a drink. Hold on. Okay. So I picked a few different pieces from the pack. But to do the back of the box, I actually pulled one of the Memories and More 4x6 cards. Oh, thanks, Christine. I pulled one of the 4x6 cards, so I wouldn't have one of this left because I've used one in the original box. So these are 4x6 inches, and I've cut it down to a weird size because I am a weird person. No, the crushed curry. So I've got a little, I love little layers, so that's where this comes from. So the crushed curry is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then I wanted to have a tiny layer. So this is the Memories and More card, but I really like the idea of having a 1/16 of an inch border. But to make it easier on yourself, and if you don't like cutting really like 1/16 of an inch, all you have to really do is cut like 3 3/4, cut a 1/16 of an inch shorter than that, and a 1/16 of an inch shorter than 5 1/4. But the actual measurement is 3 11/16 by 5 3/16. But really it's just 1/16 of an inch smaller. So I'm going to stick that one down. I love tiny layers. Even so, in metric it's usually like 2 millimeters, and imperial it's 1/16 of an inch. But people hate it. They're like, "Oh, are you serious?" I just love the little tiny peek throughs of colour, especially with bold regal colours like this one. So you only need a tiny peak of that crushed curry on that pretty peacock. Now I'm going to add some, what's this colour? Calypso Coral with my Stampin' Wrap marker. So I'm just flicking it. Now this one has got, this is not one of the new markers either. It's one of my older ones. But I'm just spritzing over the background with it. And then I am going to grab my bone folder. Yeah, me too, Narelle. I love fine layers. I'm not as much of a fan on the big chunky layers. So I'm just distressing this top right edge. So I'm just running it over backwards and forwards with my bone folder. I need a good Netflix series to watch. I know I'm babbling, but that's okay. I did run into a lady at our stage, and she said to me that she loves that I talk real life in my videos. So I feel like it's okay to babble now. But I need a good Netflix series to watch, people. You have to tell me. Okay, so I've just folded over the corner, spritzed it with some, do you usually cut something out of the middle of the bottom layer? Only if it's like, the only time I've really done that is if it's like rose gold foil, or if it's a paper that I really love. Harlan Corbin series. I haven't heard of that. I'll have to check it out. So I'm going to adhere this to the box. Here I am wondering if I actually should have done it. No, it's okay, I can adhere it to the box. I am going to miss something off that I did. Well, you'll have to tell me. I don't know if I added, so I'm just adhering that to the box there. So The Gentleman, I haven't heard of that. These are good suggestions. See, I watched really, what did I watch? I watched The Crown. I watched all of that. And then I watched Virgin River. I loved Virgin River. So I like things like Virgin River. So I added a little bit of, where is it? Because I had heaps of it left. I don't even know who Theo James is, Narelle. I added a little bit of this wavy trim, which I tore apart, and you can only see a tiny bit of it. So what do you think? Should I keep it on there and add it, or should I leave it off? Wavy trim or no wavy trim? I need your opinion. A little bit of trim or no trim? So you'll have to let me know. Narelle says trim. Okay, so I have to tell you guys something. I'm really upset. So the More Dazzle paper is being retired. I'm pretty sad about it. So I'm using it. It's still being used on everything at the moment. I actually did not check the retiring list to see if it will be on sale. I can quickly have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. How rude. It obviously is really loved because they haven't discounted it, and everything else around it is discounted. So obviously everyone really loves it because it's so awesome. But yes, it is being retired. But I am going to use some on this project. Now I do not run, because this is thick and quite textured, I do not run it in my normal in my normal trimmer because I really don't want it to blunt the blades. So I'm just going to cut. Now, this project, I will tell you, I'll probably just put scrap pieces of this and not put measurements because I'm really just cutting strips. I'm not measuring for this project. It doesn't matter what the measurement is as long as you have a nice strip. I'm just going to literally cut a little bit of that. Now, so what have I got? Trim. Okay, it's looking like you guys really like the trim. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned about these cards. If you haven't seen them, they or if you're not a Memories and More if you don't know much about them, they come with the 4x6 cards, which are beautiful. This is probably my favourite pack in a while. Look how cute those butterflies are. And they come with the 3x4 cards as well, which you get a couple of each, and they're patterned both sides. You're nothing short of amazing. Amazing. I like that one. The world needs more people like you. And then this is the back of, yeah, I like that one too. But yes, there's lots of different ones, but it also comes with, and I think this will be changing with the new packs, but I don't think the new packs will come with stickers, but they come with stickers. And check these out. They're rose gold foiled. Really cute. So, but I'm going to use stickers on this project because we're not doing stamping. So I'm going to, by the way, I have lost my, I don't know where I put it, but I've lost my embossing buddy thing. And that is really handy when you're using stickers if you don't want them to be a sticker. So I've bought in a ring-in that's not Stampin' Up. So I'm going to use this stripy thing that's not, and I'm just going to stick it down. So I just want a stripe. Now, I know that, I haven't heard of that name, Christine. Sandy Moore from Dazzling Demos. I'll have to, if no one else has, I can have a look. Now, I'm going to use Happy as well. So I want that sticker, as well as a little hello out of these little stickers. I don't know if you can see. I'm not even, yes, no, you can see. I'm just putting them onto the side of my glass mat. Now, I also want one of the little butterflies. And I want one of these little flowers. So I'm really just going to town with the stickers there. Now, what I'm going to do is actually remove some of the sticky. Now, my embossing buddy is probably here somewhere, but I actually do have this, which is filled with probably the same stuff that's in an embossing buddy, to be honest, but it's just powder. And what it does is, if you don't want a sticker, because I'm going to put, what do you call those things? Dimensionals on the back of this. So I don't want that to be a sticker. So I'm just going to remove the sticky from that. Plus, I'm not really a sticker person. I like to move stuff around a page a little bit. The other flowers can probably be stickers though. Let's keep those stickers. And I will make that not a sticker. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to grab is these cute as, and I think these are staying, cute as butterflies these are from the Lavender Suite, and I probably should put them in a container or something. It'd be a lot easier than keeping them like this. Okay, so I want one of these ones. And I'm going to just grab this to be easier. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear Elijah. He's in there singing to himself. Okay, so I've had a Winker Stella explosion on this mat, and that's why I wanted to just make sure I use some kind of mat there, because I know this one's been refilled Did you know that you can refill your Wink of Stella? Just add some rubbing alcohol. My name is Kayla and I'm stingy. Hey Brenton! Hope your trip back was good. Brenton and I had a good old chat in the coffee lane because I was totally wagging the talk because I needed caffeine. Okay, so there's a point when I just will not go without coffee. I'm just going to cut because you guys all said didn't want to come back. Yes, I know what you mean. You guys all said trim, so I am going to go with the trim. I have fallen in love with this wavy trim, and all my favourite trims are going. So I'm excited about the new products though, so I'm trying to come to terms with my faves going, but my new stuff's coming. And my pre-order isn't here yet because I live in, as Narelle says, like the 1920s in a different country. You need a passport. What is that? Oh, goodness. So I won't have my pre-order probably till next week. But then I can play with new stuff. What does everyone want? Do they want next week? Do you want me to play with some more retiring stuff so you can see how to use products that will be going? Or do you want me to use a sneak peek? Oh, really, Narelle? Do you want me to use a sneak peek of some new stuff? Let me know. So I'm just tearing apart each, and it does depend on my pre-order getting here in a reasonable time though, because I do go out on Mondays. I'm just going to trim these little weird bits off. I only really need those little cool bits coming out the end. Now I like to, see, normally I would have stapled that before I adhere this to the box. I love staples for adhering trim. It's very handy. My son is having a full conversation with himself out there. It's rather funny. Okay. So I'll give those a haircut in a minute. Oh, you definitely need to go live, Brenton. I just do it now. I procrastinate, but then I'm like, no, I'm going live. Okay, so I'm gonna put some what are these called? I need coffee. I have got one coffee pod left. I'm very, very, very nervous. I've got to have one coffee, because Adam doesn't finish work until 9 o'clock in the morning. And I don't do instant coffee. I can't. I just can't. Okay, so I've popped some dimensionals on my happy. Sometimes if you're sticking it above trim, and if it's feeling a little bit wonky donkey, oh, has anyone read the book Wonky Donkey? It's so funny. You should read it backwards drunk. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not advising you to do that at all. But it's really, really funny. Okay, so I'm just going to add an extra, yeah, or just YouTube people reading it. It's funny. Okay, so I've just added that on. I think I'm at the end. Oh, look, I have one glue dot left. I'll put it there in case I need it. Okay, so I'm going to add my little hello. So I'm just going to add a little Stampin' Dimensional to one side that's going to touch the box. And the top of the hello, I'm going to pop over the Y. Okay. So then I've got this cute little butterfly, which I have added some Wink of Stella to. I'm just going to add, probably could have used the glue dot for that really. Sort of want him tucked in there. And then I tuck this butterfly in. It's weird, I've got two boxes here, that's really confusing. Okay, oh, they're really stuck now. Don't leave those stuck to your mat for too long. Don't know where I want that one. They look like they're all going in a line, it's weird. I like it when things are more of a triangle, so let's pop that one down there. Now, I think this definitely needs a haircut. Yes, the Wonky Donkey book is so cool, and there's Grinny Granny Donkey now. There's heaps of donkey books, actually. There's, I think it's called Grinny Granny Donkey. I should go read it live, hey? I should do a live. I should be one of those people that reads, they get paid to read children's books live, but I don't have the voice for that. It's like, do you have the feet or the hands for that? I do not have the voice for that. Okay, so then I'm going to add some pretties, and then let's add, these are so cute, by the way, and these are retiring as well. This is like the retiring show of all things that Kayla's sad about going. So I'm going to, I think these were like, I'm not sure, were they part of a tulip suite or something? And then carried over, and if doesn't have, oh, Narelle, you chicken. So I'm going to add these to the centres of the flowers. And then when I was partway through the project and realised that these are actually being retired, got upset. And I was like, well, that's it, I'm using them all. So they're literally on the note cards, they're everywhere. They're everywhere, man. So, yeah. This one needs to be, that's looking a bit better. Okay, so I added the trim to the other box. So that is how I made the box. So that's as easy as the box is. No stamping, it's literally just stickers, pop the box together, a memories and more card, and done. So I'm going to quickly show you what I did for the cards. So I have folded all my cards. I've popped 4 cards together. Now, I cut some crushed curry, so I did it similar. Oh, thanks, Regina. I did it similar to the front of the box, and I've cut 4 pieces of crushed curry to 3 3/8 by 4 7/8, and the piece that I've popped on the front, I actually have 2 in this colour. I have actually taken from, forgot to mention, have taken from the Sweet Thoughts Memories More cards and envelopes, which are on the same page. And if you're lucky enough to get them during Celebration, they were a free option. So they're down the bottom here, and you get 20 card bases and 20 envelopes, which is pretty cool. So I actually decided I didn't want to use it as a card though, so I pulled them out. You get 2 colours, so you've got the Calypso Coral and the Pretty Peacock. I have pulled them out and actually cut them as the bases for the cards. So the size for this, which I did not write down, which was really good, is actually 1/16 of an inch smaller again. So it's 3 5/16, so which essentially is what, 3 3/8, but 1/16 of an inch smaller. That is a scoring blade, Kayla. By, what have we got here? 4 7/8, but 1/16 smaller. So what's that? 16, 15, 13. So it would be 4 and 13/16. Yes. So that is the size of what to cut those cards at. So flip it so you don't get the score line. And then I'll cut the other side. So I've got that, and I think I did all those right. Usually my desk is becoming very interesting up here. So then you've got your 4, make sure I cut all those right. Yeah. You've literally got your 4. So I found it actually easy to pop them all like on my card bases, which I thought I was missing a card. No. Oh, it's your birthday present, is it? I don't even know what I'm going to do with them. Okay, so then what I did to decorate the front of these is what I might do is actually make one with you live, and then I will have the other, because how long have I been live for? How long have I been rabbiting on? An hour and 15. So I might make one with you live, and then I'll have the other examples, because they're pretty easy to make. So I'll have the other examples in the PDF. So you'll have to tell me. I'll put them above here, and you can pick one. Which one will we make live together? So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one do you want to make? And we shall make it. And then I will pop the others in the PDF and pop pictures up. Vote for, what have we got here? Narelle, that is 2 votes. Oh gosh, you guys were all picking, what have we got here? So, oh, hold on. 3, oh my gosh. 1, 1, 4, 4. Oh, that's even. Of course she has, Brenton. Narelle is she's just crazy. She should be on the Crazy Crafters because she is crazy. 1, 1. Okay, I think 1 has the most votes so far. I'm just tidying up all my mess on the desk. I'm actually a relatively clean crafter. I can't cope with too much mess, otherwise I can't create. Okay, so I think this is number 1, so we'll create this one, which is probably the most complicated. It's actually not complicated. None of them are complicated. So I'll leave those here up the top because they're all put together relatively the same. So we will do this one. So I have got together these memories and more cards here. So this one here, I'll just quickly explain. You didn't take any craft stuff to play with? Wow. So this one here at the end is taken from this card, and I've just fussy cut the butterfly and used the sentiment from the card. So that was super easy. The one we're going to do is using this card. This one here, fussy cut out the paintbrush for that card, and pretty much the rest of the embellishments are stickers from the sheet. Now this one here is gorgeous. I love the card, but I've just simply cut out the love and repeated it. I only used 3 of them, but I repeated that. Now this card here, I actually cut into 4 because I was making 4 cards. So I cut 1-inch strips, and if you can see on the cards, apart from that one actually, I've used a little bit of the text on the cards. So that was how I put together the cards in a quick explanation, and the rest of it comes from the sticker sheets. Now I'm pretty sure over here somewhere, dumped in my mess, I did actually have some of that text print, but that's all right. I will just cut some more because my desk has gone a bit cray-cray. And the dogs are in here making stinky farts. It's really lovely. I may as well just cut them all. So I'm going to cut them into the 1-inch strips. So I've got enough for, actually, that'll be enough because I know that I've got one sitting here. Okay, so let's make the card. To stick it together, I'm going to do the same as you wanted to see. You will see them all, Narelle. You know that I'm pretty quick and snappy on getting my post up. Gosh, my dog is got a stinky butt. Okie doke. So I stuck that down, and then I'm going to do the same kind of thing to what I did on the front of the box. I'm going to spritz that with some Calypso Coral. And then I'm a little bit obsessed with this, but I did repeat it on all 4 cards because I kind of wanted some kind of repeating element with these cards because they were going in the box kind of as a gift. So I wanted something that followed through on all the cards. So I chose to have this little corner fold over and that text print. So when you're doing these little gift sets, it's fun to sort of pick a couple of elements that might stay the same. Okie dokie. Then I'm going to stick that one down. Okay, then for this one, you chose the one where you get to see me fussy cut the most, but it's really not, I'm not that fussed by it because it's not super hard to fussy cut. But I just go around those images. The paintbrush is super easy to fussy cut as well as that little butterfly. So this Memories and More card set, I don't believe it actually coordinates with any stamp sets in the catalogue. It's just a standalone set. But it's really beautiful. If you want, we want to keep seeing Memories and More, we have to buy it. I definitely want the memory keeping to stay alive. You saw I do actually scrapbook. You saw proof of that. I shared it with you. I dug it out of the time capsule. But I did have intentions of actually using this stuff to scrapbook a page and having it done. But I took a nap. I took a nap instead. It's taken me most of the week to recover. Well, actually it has taken me all week to recover from on stage. Is it retiring? Do you mean is Memories and More retiring? This set's retiring. Memories and More is not retiring. It's still in the new catalogue. The packs are smaller though. There's not as many cards in a pack. I'm hoping that we will see a different, fresh approach to memory keeping soon. That's what I keep telling my brain. So you might have seen, if you are a demo or if you watch other demos videos, you might have seen a sneak peek of some mix and match ephemera type products coming out, and I have ordered them, so I will get them soon. They sort of remind me of this sort of style, and when I saw them, I was reminded of scrapbooking because ephemera was a big word in scrapbooking. We used to get ephemera packs. So I'm keen to try them out, not for card making, Well, for card making, but also for scrapbooking, I should say. I'm keen to mix and match and give that a go. And there's a cute little puppy dog. Well, I think there's a cat as well, but my eyes went to the puppy dog. I must admit, they had them as big magnets on stage where you could make like a pretend card like with magnets on this wall. And I had to restrict myself from taking that magnet home because it was a huge puppy dog. It was so cute. I hope they actually repurpose that stuff and don't throw it in the bin, because I would have taken that magnet home. Okay. I know it was very funny, Narelle. I actually got, I can't even look at my phone because it's on the thing. I got a shipping notification. Okay, so I'm going to pop that straight onto the card, and you know what, I'm gonna, oops, don't you hate it, you're covering up pretty stuff on the back, but you know what, it looks pretty on a card too. So let's stick that down, and then I've got my 1-inch strip, and I think I actually cut this one a tiny bit smaller. And yes, I'm a bad demo and always show this trimmer that you can't buy, but I love my, oh, it's not a trimmer, it's a guillotine, but I love my little guillotine. And hey, it was a joining offer, so in my defense, you should have joined then. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in my more dazzle again, because everything just needs a bit more dazzle. And I'm going to cut a tiny strip. Now let's stick, I'm really making the most of this glue. It's so going to run out soon. I'm just going to stick a strip of that. And then, so this is why I said I'm just going to do examples of the card with limited measurements, because they're literally eyeball measurements. I love making sort of cut and mix cards like this sometimes. So let's stick that on. I might just need to trim that a tiny bit more. Okay, so then I need some more stickers. I'm going to use another happy, and then I'm going to use a birthday, and I've got one of these little cute labels down here. And then I think on the original, I don't think I used much else. I think I just used one of the cute little rose gold ferny, I don't know what you call these. They're very fragile, these though, so you have to be careful with how you pull them up. Okay. So, oh my goodness, that's sticky. These stickers have some serious adhesive. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that label straight to the card, but I'm going to take the sticky off the happy word. Does anyone else use the Memories and More cards? Okay, so that one can get stuck straight to the card. I feel like I'm getting a new sheet of dimensionals out every time. There must be heaps of these over my desk. So I'm just going to stick this one with the dimensionals. And then I've got this little, don't know why I stuck that first, but anyway, this little fern, and then I'm going to stick birthday. I'm going to pop it coming out underneath. Now, I don't think you love them. Oh, good. I haven't used one. Narelle, you need to get into your stash, girl. I feel like you said that about everything. Okay, so I've just made that pretty and sparkly. Now I'm going to add some gems. I'm on a mission to make love with the, that sounds terrible and I need to reword that. I am on a mission to love these as much as I can while they're still current. Oh my goodness. I need to go have a coffee. Oh wow. Okay. I'm just going to continue sticking these down. I'm just adding some gems to there. And that is the pretty card. So that is card 1. I don't think I forgot anything on there. I think I put the label down a little bit on the previous card, but I like it poking out the top. So there is one last thing I will show you though, because I did something a little bit risque. I actually got these envelopes that come in this pack. I think they're all the same. They've just got Calypso Coral and Pretty Peacock, but the inside's the same. So I really liked the pattern though, but I wanted to decorate the flaps of these little cards here. So what I actually did to make the most of this pattern, and because I knew that I'd used the cards, so I was going to have too many envelopes because I had used up some of the cards anyway. So I actually ripped apart the envelope to get to this pretty pattern on the inside. And then what I did was I'm just going to cut there. Actually, I'll cut down a bit more. That should do it. And then when you do that, actually probably do going the other way too. So I'm gonna just cut that way so that I can get to that pretty pattern. And then what I'm gonna do is add some glue to the flap of my note card. Make sure I've got it the right way because these butterflies are a little bit directional. Lift that out, so you've just got the glue on the flap, and then you just cut around, tracing with your scissors around the edge of that flap, and then you can do one of those to match each of the cards. So then you've got a matching envelope, and because you will have a couple extra of these envelopes left from the 2 cards that you cut into to make the backgrounds for these. So it's a great way to use up those. And as you can see, these fit perfectly into that box with your little note card. So then you make 4 of those to go in there, and it's a fun little gift, which goodness knows where I've popped the rest of the stuff, but they go in. Oh, I've lost a gem. Let's stick that one. Sneaky little bugger. I don't know where all the envelopes are, but they all fit in there like that, and the box just slides together like that. So it's a really fun way to make a little gift set. So it'd be great if you're a demo to give to someone hosting a party or someone ordering with you, or give it to as a gift to a friend. So yeah, it's a fun way to use the Memories and More cards, and a great one for a beginner even, or someone that doesn't have any stamps, because you only really need limited supplies. Cardstock, I used a lot of stickers from that pack, and a couple of embellishments. So you actually only use limited things. Oh, and the note cards. So yeah, I hope you liked it, and I shall have the templates and the PDF up hopefully tomorrow, in between going to watch Kung Fu Panda with my son. And I'm going to go and veg out with the dogs because that's what I love to do. Drink my last coffee with my coffee pod before tomorrow. I hope you had an awesome time chilling with me and checking out some of my scrapbook pages. And Cheryl, do you want to see the puppies? Only one of them is in here. Actually, Loki. Oh, I'll take it off. We can say hello to the doggies. Look at Lazy Bottom. Thor. Listen to him. So Thor bangs his tail like his mum. There they are. They're saying hello. Sit. 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 Oh, look. They're such retrievers. They've got to bring gifts. Look at his tail. It's like a whip. Yeah. So they say hello. They love attention. They're my babies. And, you know, Adam's not here tonight, so we get the bed all to ourselves. All to ourselves. Oh, he's going to talk to you. What's up? What's up? What's up? So Thor likes to sing songs. Hello. Oh, goodness. I know. He's like his dog mummy. Go down you get. Okay, guys. We'll sign out. We'll say goodnight. The boys say goodnight. I'm sure that they'll love. They're like, oh, you've finished now. It's attention time. And by the way, I've gone from being boiling hot in Victoria to having bed socks on. What is this? I've got bed socks on. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. I haven't even said hello. I just show you my dogs because they're cooler than me. They're cooler. Okay, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.